Say hello to the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X. This is the new Snapdragon X Elite platform ARM-based laptop, $1,199. So this model will get you 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's dual channel, 8,000 megahertz, so super fast RAM. You get 512 gigabytes of storage. It's an SSD. You can get up to 32 gigs of RAM. You can get up to 1 terabyte. It will cost you more money, but there's a lot of wonderful features that this laptop has. In addition to the new ARM-based Snapdragon X Elite processor, you have a 14.5-inch screen, which is nice. It's OLED, up to 1,000 nits brightness, which is pretty much unheard of whenever it comes to laptops. So you get a touch OLED, so you can touch the screen, all that great stuff, tap, touch, all those great things. And you have a normal standard brightness of 500 nits. So the standard brightness is good, the peak brightness is good, 100% sRGB color gamut, all that great stuff. So if you want to do stuff like video editing, if you want to do photo editing, Lightroom, all that crazy stuff, you can do it. And of course, it's got the, as usual, Lenovo Yoga keypad. So great key press on here. I love the keyboard. It's great for typing. It has nice tactile feedback. It has a nice touchpad on it, so the touchpad's nice, wide, it's glass. It is a little clickier than I would normally like, so you can probably hear this on my microphone there. It's not one of those ones that's kind of a dull or a nice kind of blends in the background. It is a little tappier than I'd like, but it works nice, very responsive, great for gestures, great for whatever you want to do on it. You have a illuminated keyboard as well, so you can light up the keyboard, you can turn it on, you can turn it off. And there's one really nice thing that I like with this laptop. You can actually, there's a slider button over here on the right-hand side where you can use it and it will turn the privacy mode on for the webcam. So you don't have to worry about the webcam popping on, popping off. Uncle Sam, somebody over at the NSA tuning into your webcam, you can do that, turn it off. It has a 1080p webcam. You can see right here it has some features. It has some Windows like Studio-like features built into it, so you can make yourself look like a cartoon character. You can have it focus in, zoom in. It has those AI features built in with it, but it's a 1080p webcam and it has 2 microphones, so you get stereo pickup on that as well. But as far as the regular audio that goes on here, it actually, you can see here 2 speakers on the bottom, and then it has book-in speakers on the keyboard as well. One over here, one over here. It has great sound. It's way better than the Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Edge. And I think this is a better alternative than the Book 4 Edge. So Lenovo sent this out to me. I had bought the Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Edge, but it was overpriced. I really didn't enjoy it. It had a good build quality. It looked beautiful, all those great things, plenty of power, capability, cool stuff. It's a good laptop, but I like this one a lot better. I think at $11.99 with what you get for it, it's one of those things where value and performance plus what you get, the build quality on here is excellent. It's just under 3 pounds. It's got an all metal body on it, and it's just beautiful. Like it's a beautiful laptop. You can see it decided to go ahead and start updating while I'm sitting here talking. But it has this cosmic blue color, which is nice. You can see it does pick up some fingerprints there, and I did kind of clean it before I decided to go ahead and start filming. It will pick up fingerprints, so it's something that you'll definitely need to keep, like a microfiber cloth or just like a wet cloth every once in a while, kind of wipe it down. But excellent ventilation. You can see here on the bottom, you got a nice opening for the fans on the inside, and performance is top notch. So if you're looking for something for work, something for school, something for Windows-based content creation, this is going to be a good alternative to some of the other ones that you could go ahead and pick up out there, because you're going to save money and you're going to get great battery life. So it's got a 70 watt-hour battery. What does that mean? Well, who knows? It's wizardry. But when it comes to the laptop itself, it's rated for 2 days of multi-use. So this is supposed to be a multi-use laptop, and they have it rated for 2 days of mixed use up to 8 hours. So you can use this thing till the cows come home. You should have absolutely no problem using this all day long. And it's great if you like to work, if you travel, if you're working in a dimly lit area, because of course you have the backlit keyboard, which is nice, and that's a great option that you can get there. Again, good key press, good feedback, and it's really good for doing your work. It's really good for school. And then if you want to use like DaVinci Resolve or something like that, I edit my videos on a MacBook. I use Final Cut Pro. So I don't have licenses for any of those software to test that out. But from other videos I've seen and then talking with some other folks, it is capable of rendering, or you can edit 4K video. So that's something you can do there if you want to go that route and don't want to get something that's got a dedicated GPU, which typically costs you more money. So it does have the Snapdragon X Elite processor in here, 3.4 gigahertz. It's going to do whatever you want it to do, except for gaming. And that's the caveat here. So what is an ARM-based chipset? So an ARM-based chipset is basically what's in your phone. So we've got the mobile silicon now that we have in our laptop PCs is very much akin to what Apple has done with their M1, M2, M3, M4. Very impressive over there. That's on the Apple side. Snapdragon is leading the pack whenever it comes to these Windows-based laptops. So you get Windows 11, ARM-based chipset. That's what gives you the amazing battery. But then you've also got the integrated GPU and things like that. It's better than like the old Iris graphics and things like that because the ARM-based platform is just so much better. And as we get more adoption, we get more compatibility with apps and programs, it's going to get even better. So we're still kind of in the early stages of trying to use an ARM chip in Windows, but it is way less painful than it used to be. I tried one out 2 years ago and compatibility really was an issue. So compatibility is getting way better, but still in the gaming department. This is not a gaming laptop. You can do some gaming. It comes with 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate that you can use, so you can take advantage of that, do some of the cloud gaming, do some of the other gaming there as well. That's something that's nice. Of course, plug in a controller, and you can use it with Bluetooth. Bluetooth 5.3, it has Wi-Fi 7 as well, so blazing speed, solid connectivity, and that's something you want to see in a new laptop. It's not like Windows 6, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 5, all that stuff. Windows 7, the best of the best. And then as far as ports and connectivity, you've got 3 USB 4 ports, their power delivery 3.1, you can connect a monitor, all that great stuff, Thunderbolt. You have 2 on the left side. So on the left side, yes, left side you can plug in there. And then over on the right side, you have 1 more. So 3 identical ports. There's no USB Type A, kind of the way of the dodo, especially when it comes to these streamlined Windows Snapdragon PCs. It's kind of moving away from that, because you don't need to plug in a lot of integrated stuff. You don't need to plug in a lot of external stuff. Of course, you can plug in external hard drive and SSD and things like that. And then you've got an illuminated power button, which I love. Little LED lets you know the power's on. That's one thing I hate about some laptops is you're like, hey, is it on, is it off, whatever. That lets you know. So you got the power indicator, and then you have the privacy switch there for the webcam, which I already showed you. I really like that. I wish that almost every laptop would incorporate that as well. So all that stuff, Windows 11, then of course you have the Copilot stuff. So Copilot Plus, you can use it, it's got the AI stuff, it has a neural processor unit built into the chip. So when you look at it from a hardware perspective, it's not like an Intel i5, i7, where it's just a straight workhorse, normal desktop processor. And then you have a separate or integrated graphics or whatever. This one, just like with the phone processor, you have the GPU built in, you have the core CPU, it's an SoC all-in-one system on a chip. You have your Wi-Fi, you have your Bluetooth, all those components built in the board, and then the neural processing unit. And it is super powerful when it comes to doing that stuff. It's great for AI. So if you want to ask it questions, use it to help you create artwork and all those great things, you can do that stuff. We're still waiting for Windows recall. Microsoft a little bit ahead of themselves with announcing some of that stuff because it wasn't all completely online yet. It will be online. Use that stuff, Microsoft account, Copilot Plus. So if you want to get on board, there's been all these AI Microsoft Copilot Plus PCs that have come out in the last couple of months. This one came out about a month ago. Took me a little while to get around to this. So sorry about that, but I am thankful Lenovo sent it out so I could test it out. And it is a joy to use. It's super fast, it's zippy. The price I think is very fair and favorable. Beautiful screen. Again, 14.5 inch screen, OLED, maximum brightness, 1000 nits brightness. And it's just, I think it's a good all-in-one package. It's the good alternative on Windows side. So it used to be, it was okay, Apple was doing their great things with their MacBooks and MacBook Airs and their own silicon with the M1, M3 series chips, all that stuff. This one, finally keeping up, finally producing some great results, fantastic battery, beautiful screen, Windows, everything is seamless, and of course that dual channel RAM is going to work out great for you as well. It's soldered on, you can't add to it afterwards, built into the board. That's also pretty common nowadays, but this I think is a great alternative to the Samsung. I said screw the Samsung one after I got this because I think this is better overall, especially for the price. And if you're interested in getting one, I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's been such a nice experience. Again, if you're looking for gaming, you're looking in the wrong spot. You can do some. Again, you can do the Xbox Game Pass stuff, 3 months for free. Try that out. That's fantastic. But I installed some stuff on Steam. I tried out some Steam games that I have. They're not compatible. They're just not programmed to take advantage of the ARM-based architecture. They're for normal desktop x86 PC components. So in a nutshell, it's fantastic. I think it's worth the price. I think out of all the Copilot Plus PCs that came out in the last month, this one, in my opinion, is probably going to be the best for most folks. You're going to save some money, especially over the Samsung or the Microsoft Surface. And Lenovo, they make really good stuff. I'm a big fan of Lenovo, and I think they're onto something here with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Hopefully I covered everything you were looking for, but feel free to ask questions. Go to the comments section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And also, I forgot to mention 90 hertz refresh rate on the screen. So when it comes to the screen, the display, just like a lot of the phones now, the typical standard refresh rate of days of old is 60 hertz. Just like with your expensive iPhone 15, it's still 60 hertz. With this one, you get 90. I think 90 is a fair compromise because 120, it's nice, it's smooth, but it is going to burn up more battery, and it's more for like gaming and things like that. You don't necessarily need 120 hertz to scroll, Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, using Excel, using Microsoft Word, normal standard stuff. YouTube watching video looks great on here because of the beautiful OLED panel. But yeah, they've done a great job here at 90 hertz, very complimentary, and it's definitely way better than 60 hertz. So like I said, that's all I got. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.